Christmas Eve. So I'm getting ready to go on my long run because I am training for a half marathon, the Princess Half Marathon at Walt Disney World to be specific. I'm a little nervous because I'm going to try to run a little longer than I usually do. And I'm really bad at running. I have zero endurance. But I figured we can go to Disney property and find a fun trail to motivate myself. I'm thinking of going to Fort Wilderness. Apparently there's a nice trail there, and maybe even find a treat afterwards, because why not? So yeah, let's get some breakfast first and then get ready to go. Okay, so I'm having pancakes with peanut butter and honey. I don't know where I'm looking. Obviously not the healthiest choice, but you know what? It's quick energy, whatever. Also, it's Christmas. And because I'm in the middle of a move, I can't find my water bottle anywhere, so plastic bottles it is. I'm someone who easily gets migraines, and I'm not running that far today, but electrolytes still help, so I have the liquid IV firecracker flavor. I love that popsicle when I was a kid, but it only came out on like special occasions at school, field days, and events and stuff. I'm always scared I'm gonna inhale the powder up my nose or something. Give that a good shake. Also, yes, I am that person who, despite being an adult, collects plushes. Not a lot. I've been getting rid of some, but I don't think I'm giving up this giant Yoshi. Look at her. She's so cute. Oh, this whole talking to the camera thing is so weird. So earlier I said that I'm a terrible runner, but I still signed up for a half marathon. And that's because I had no interest in running as a hobby until I learned about Rundisney years ago. And they have such fun, cute medals, and you get to run on Disney property. Like, that sounds like a dream to me. So last year I did my first in-person Rundisney event because I've done some virtual ones before. I had signed up for a few around 2020, then obviously they got canceled. So I did the springtime surprise last year, and I was really excited for the Tinkerbell theme. So that happened to be a 5K. And a 5K is pretty easy to, get used to, and it went by so quick. It's been a dream of mine to do a princess race, but I was really hoping that the character I like would be around a 5K or a 10K. So with the Rundisney race, there's a 5K, 10K, a half, and then if you do all three, there's a challenge. With the exception of the race in January, that also has a full marathon. I don't think I'll get to a full marathon anytime soon. But this time around, what are the themes? I forgot. Hold on. This year, the 5K is Merida themed. The 10K is Moana themed. The half marathon is Rapunzel, and the challenge medal is Belle. And out of those three princesses, I really like the design of the Rapunzel medal, which means I had to run a half. I've never run beyond a 5K, I think. And a half is 13.1 miles. And these are pricey races too. So you definitely want to make sure you finish the race. Because my biggest fear is being outrun by the pacers or the balloon ladies and getting picked up on the van and not being able to finish the race, not getting the medal, not getting to, enjoy all the events that happen there. That'd be so sad. But with the races, you get to run through Walt Disney World. You get a lot of characters that you don't always meet in the parks. You get the finisher medal, you get a shirt. They have refreshments after the race. I believe they also have hydration and energy stations throughout the race. There'll be an expo before the race happens too, which is actually pretty exciting to go to. Last year at the expo, I got influenced to buy some random hair tool that I have never even heard about. I have not touched it since. What scared me is when they talked about proof of time. I guess if you want to be in the earlier corrals and make sure you get a head start in the race, you have to submit a proof of time, but that's only if you can prove that you can run under 2 hours and 30 minutes, I think. I've never run an official race where like my time was recorded or anything. Definitely not a half marathon, so this will be the first one. The hope is that I learn how to race in under 2.5 hours so that I have extra time to stop and meet the characters and enjoy everything that's going on. Last year for the 5K, there were a bunch of characters, but the line got so long. I think the 5K tends to be popular because it's, you know, a great starter race for a lot of people. And I talked to some friends who also did the race, and they were saying these lines are like 10 minutes long. I can't use up 10 minutes of my run time to meet a character because I'm already not that great. So I got really nervous about not being able to finish and just kept going. I took quick selfies on the side and then kept going. But they do also have characters at the end of the race. Once you're done, they bring you back out into the Epcot parking lot, and I met Duffy. That was really cute. And everybody dresses up in like whatever theme they're running for, and it's so cute and fun. I love themed things. So I'm debating if I get Rapunzel colors or if I get some sort of like Rapunzel shirt. I might just be boring and wear the shirt they give us. Usually it has the character of the race you're running. But I really love how creative people get with like their own costumes. And some people wear like full-on costumes, like not athletic material and everything. And I have to give kudos to them because I don't think that's very comfortable. But clearly a lot of them run regularly, so maybe it's like nothing to them. Anyways, I'm gonna finish breakfast and then, I gotta put some sunscreen on my face. Get ready to head out before it gets too hot. I'm very lucky that I live in the Orlando area and I could just casually pop over to Disney property and do this because I've been running around my neighborhood, which is fine, but it gets boring. Or on a treadmill, which also gets boring. It's great for short distances and recovery runs and my speed runs, but like the longer distance, I need some distractions. Cheers. Forgot to put on sunscreen earlier, so you definitely need that in Florida. I'm struggling to talk this morning. Okay. Also have to protect your arms and legs because we live in Florida where UV rays are strong year-round. I wish they made sunscreen smell a little nicer. You know, I feel like no matter what brand you get here in American, sunscreen always reminds me of the pool. There's like no nice smelling sunscreen. I've kind of given up on my legs. Does anyone actually sunscreen their legs? All right, let's get ready to go. It took me a minute to find the trail, but I think I found it. Look at the scenery. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think I can run here. I did it! I've never run that much before. I ran a 10K today. I would go home to eat lunch, but for the sake of fueling on time, I'm at Fort Wilderness right now, but I'm gonna see if I can somehow get to Wilderness Lodge and go to Geyser Point and try food there. So let's see if we can make our way there. I have to say, my legs feel so stiff. I need a collapse. It's so peaceful here. Wow. I did scare away quite a few squirrels though, sorry. Made it. I just got back home and I did get lunch at Roaring Fork, but my sandwich disappeared really fast because I was starving and I scarfed it down. But while I was there, I wanted to show you this cute little gesture that Disney is doing. So in the lobby, a cast member stopped me and gave me these Christmas tree cookies. They're buttercream frosted sugar cookies. He gave me 2. I thought that was so cute. They're very soft and they look great, but I'm probably going to save it for tomorrow because tomorrow's actual Christmas. And I did see Roaring Fork had a holiday treat, so I got this little guy. Hold on. You see it? There we go. It's supposed to be chocolate and peppermint. What is it again? Oh, yeah. Peppermint mousse. It's so pretty. I love it. It's cute. I wanted to try a bite. Just a little one. Let's get a napkin going. Okay. Wow. Oh my gosh. Look. Oh, that's so cute. Yum. I hate when things are so cute you don't want to eat it. Okay. I'm gonna ruin it. Ooh. So that's what it looks like on the inside. I think that's chocolate cake on the bottom and then peppermint mousse on top. It's a lot of peppermint. So if you like that, this is very good. If you're not a fan of peppermint, it's a lot. Borderline toothpaste. I don't hate it though. But I'm someone who likes mint chocolate chip ice cream, so running around Fort Wilderness was so nice. I did go earlier in the day and it started off very peaceful. I'd say after like 12:30 is when more and more guests started waking up and exploring the resort, so the trails did get a little crowded in some areas after that, but even then it wasn't that bad. Everyone had these really cute blow-up Christmas decorations and I love them so much, but I did not want to film it because I thought that might be creepy. And it looks like you can rent golf carts to just drive around the resort if you wanted to. So while it's not a traditional hotel setting in that there's like, you know, a lobby and quick services and all those things, if you're staying in the cabins or you're bringing your own camper, Fort Wilderness is like this nice little oasis. It's away from everything. You're completely immersed in the resort. I would love to stay there for a holiday 1 year. Maybe 1 year. One day. But for now, I'm going to enjoy my rent. But that excursion turned into an all-day thing. I didn't realize. Because I went to Disney Springs and then parked there, hopped on a bus, went to Fort Wilderness. In the morning, it was all very smooth. And honestly, I don't really remember when I started running, but I want to say... But I did start running before 11, that's for sure. I don't even know if it was like 10:30. And I felt so productive because I was checking the clock and it wasn't even noon yet and I was almost done with my run. I finally did a 10K. I can't believe it. But then once I was done and then on my quest to get food is when time started flying. Because Fort Wilderness doesn't have quick service that I could find. I ended up going to the Wilderness Lodge. And it wasn't too bad waiting for the buses. I think buses come around every 20 minutes. And I only waited maybe like 10 minutes. But then once I got to the resort, of course, I was taking my time exploring and whatever, right? Wilderness Lodge is beautiful too for the holidays. Then I got the food, got on the bus, and that's when I started freaking out because the bus went to the Contemporary. I should have known. I just didn't realize the bus makes another stop after Fort Wilderness, for Wilderness Lodge, before going to Disney Springs, and that trip took a little bit of time, so I didn't get food in my system till around like 2:30. Gotta plan that better next time because I'm feeling a headache. If you're a runner though, and you have any like hydration or energy replenishment sort of tips, I would love any suggestions. I've only ever like casually run, right? At most maybe 3 miles, but like that doesn't require hydration stops or taking any like energy tablets or anything like that. And honestly, with the Orlando weather and also me being prone to migraines, I'm learning that I might need to actually learn how to hydrate better and more strategically, and also like when to consume calories so that I can, so that I don't feel sick afterwards. And if you have any suggestions on like what gels or drinks you recommend, I would love that too. Right now, I'm just asking Google. Anyways, I feel gross, and I had some lovely friends invite me while I was on a run to their Christmas Eve dinner. So I have to hop in the shower and get ready for that. So I guess bye for now. Thanks for following me along on my run. Hello, it's been a couple days past Christmas, which means it is time to start getting ready for the new year, or that's what I usually do. This kind of has something to do with my culture, but traditionally on December 31st, my family used to clean the house top to bottom to get rid of dirt and grime, obviously, but also any bad juju, so that we can welcome the new year with a clean slate. I like to take it up a notch and also declutter the house a bit. And every year I am trying to get better about intensifying my strategy because I easily make impulse purchases, but we're gonna get better. And growing up, my mom would have my sister and I declutter at least twice a year because my family moves so much. And her rules were, have you touched it in the last year? And is it really important to you otherwise? I also recently heard someone say that if you didn't have this thing, would you buy it again? Honestly, that's a really great way to figure out how many silly impulse purchases you've made that were not necessary at all and that aren't serving you. So I want to go through everything from dishware to my closet, toys and stuffies. And I know it's past Christmas, but I'm probably still going to put on some Christmas movies or vlogs or something. Okay, let's get started. Before the new year, and another thing I'm doing to prepare for a better, stronger, and elevated 2026 is starting new habits early. I usually wait until January 1st to start everything, like New Year's resolutions and everything that goes on my vision board and stuff. But I'm hoping that by breaking into these habits early, I'll get used to it before January 1st, and it won't feel like such a big challenge to start it all. And one of those things is moving my body at least once a day. And it kind of helps that I have to train right now because I'm doing a Rundisney event in the spring. I'm starting to like the casual runs, which is a pretty big improvement compared to a few months ago. But these specific training dates are not my favorite. Today's my speed run day, so I'm gonna go do that. Okay, let's go. Well, apparently I'm not very good at this whole vlogging thing because I forgot to pull out my camera while I was running. But anyways, I finished today's training. I hated it, but we did it. I'm using the Nike Run app, so I hope my Nike coaches are proud of me. I hate sprints. I'm still trying to figure out how to do this on the days that I have to go in the office, and I'll be back after sundown, and my motivation goes away when there's no sun outside and I don't feel safe running outside. And I want to shower immediately, but also I know you need to fuel at a certain time. Oh, I got to do some quick core exercises because my back is hurting from my long distance runs. I feel like a grandma. Okay, let's do that. So it is another day. That's okay. I didn't have too much to get rid of from my closet because I start the cleanup usually before Christmas, and I've already donated 5 bags of things. So this is my bin of purses. I have a problem with purses. And then every time I buy something, I keep it forever and ever. So we're gonna go through this and see what we can give away. Problem, and this is why I take forever cleaning up, because I keep walking down memory lane. Focus. I also like to get these charms to hang on my bags. Very adult of me. It's because I live by theme parks. I have a problem, I know, but like, look how cute Bowser Jr. is. I think I'm at a good stopping point for my physical organization. So next I'm going to organize my life. I have some hot chocolate. I'm gonna get started on my vision board, but this year I'm gonna do something a little different. Last year I made a vision board, and I even wrote down some of the bigger goals and then broke it down into smaller habits so all that can feel tangible and realistic. Well, guess what? I never incorporated it into my daily life. And I wouldn't say it was a complete fail, because at least half of those things came true. One thing that did help me actually manifest some of these things into reality is envisioning what an ideal day would look like when my dream life comes true. So like, I actually broke down an ideal day, starting with waking up at 8 a.m. I'll move my body between 8:30 and 9 a.m. Start my first task from 10 to 11 a.m. I scheduled some free time in my day, and then bedtime by 10. The bedtime was my biggest fail. I really struggled to fall asleep, but I started to practice some of these habits on my weekends and basically teaching my body physically that my dream life is already here. What ended up failing were some of the bigger tasks that I was so scared to start, like content creation. I started small with just social media posts, and I even got to a point where I did a challenge and posted for almost 2 weeks in a row. It was just 2 weeks, and that was already tough. But this time it's a little different because I am giving myself a head start before New Year's. I'm basically trying to teach myself again to get into those habits early and tricking myself into thinking this is my new normal now. And I still want to create a vision board so that I can see what the end goal will look like by the end of next year. But the first thing I did was not the visuals, but creating an actual strategy. In my 9-to-5, I do a little bit of project management. So I applied some of that into my New Year's resolutions. And there are some creative agencies and also other content creators who are sharing their tips and strategies on how to start content creation. So I think the best thing you can do is finding tips and strategies that feels the most realistic to you. The channel I love watching is Katie Steckley's. She owns a creative agency for other creators. She explains things so well. But when she shared a quarterly breakdown of how to set goals throughout next year, that lingo made sense to me because it very much sounds like what I do at work. And I need structured strategy like this because I am not a natural creator. And I further broke that down into weekly goals, so it's not pretty, but literally I have like Sunday through Saturday. For YouTube, I'll do this on Monday, this on another day, this on a Saturday. For Instagram, I'll have one day for one reel, one day for another thing, third day for a carousel or something like that. And I started scheduling content, and I have a template for at least Q1. And knowing I have a schedule to keep up with, having a deadline and deliverables, that tricks my brain into functioning like I do at work. So I actually get it done and I do it.
We'll see how long I last with this whole YouTube thing. I don't know. I just have some fun ideas to start with, so I just wanted to get it out there. But who knows if I'll actually successfully grow a channel. But I'm really hoping that by creating, I would find a really great community, because as much as I love my friends in real life, everyone I've met are through my corporate jobs. They all follow pretty traditional life paths, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. There's no right or wrong way to do life, and everyone is out there exercising free will. It's your life and you only get one chance. But miraculously, I don't have anyone in my personal life who is pursuing a creative route like I am. And I've only ever known corporate life, so it's terrifying not doing what my friends are doing. But I have been dreaming and trying on and off to start creating for years. And even though I'm good at keeping promises with my friends, I'm really bad at keeping promises with myself. So I'm praying that 2026 is the year I finally keep those promises with myself. Let's get started. Say, we're going a little ambitious this year. I don't want to share just yet. Maybe by the end of 2026, because I don't want to jinx myself. But I see it. I see the vision. I think these vision boards are really great for the big goals that feel so far out of reach right now. But from here, we have to actually start taking steps towards that goal, finding real ways to make it happen. And then the magic happens when an opportunity so big that we can't foresee right now comes along just at the right time, when all the preparations and the small steps I've been taking will prepare me for whatever that opportunity is. So here's to hoping for an even more exciting 2026.
It is New Year's Day for those of us who speak Japanese. 明けましておめでとうございます。Happy New Year, and I hope that this year brings lots of prosperity and joy for everyone. We spent the last week taking small steps to get ready for the new year and start the new year, right? So today, we have to keep those promises to ourselves and really start to make our New Year's resolutions our daily habits. So, which means I have to go on a run. I'm so tired, and it's so cold. I don't know why it's so hard to do anything when it's cold outside. I just want to go back to bed. But we can do this because we can do hard things. Whatever steps you're taking towards your new year, even if it's just maintaining where you are, recovering, even just starting to think about how you want to approach 2026, all those actions are great first steps. And you owe it to yourself to keep it going, so let's do this together. Have a wonderful first day of the new year, and I'll see you in the next vlog. Bye!